this is Ryan from 60 Second Hum, the Guitar Podcast. Today I'm showing you the Squier Contemporary Telecaster HH. The HH stands for Humbucker, Humbucker, no Pepsi. Let's start at the headstock of this guitar and work our way all the way down to the bridge, the body, and the butt, the triple Bs. So let's talk tuners first. This guitar's got your modern closed back style tuners. There's no reason to swap them out at all unless you have a personal preference for locking tuners, a different peg head design maybe, or some sort of exotic ratio. These tuners are nice and firm. They hold tune great. No reason to change them. Let's talk about the painted headstock. I'm a big fan of matching headstocks on Fender style guitars, and this one's got it. It was a little bit of extra to push me over the edge and get me to buy this guitar. I really love the look. I just think it's really classy. So yeah, big fan of that. Let's talk about the nut. I think the nut is a bone nut. It has the look and feel of bone nuts, which is kind of a more premium option for guitars. Surprised to see it on a Squier. If I'm incorrect about it being a bone nut, I'll flash the correct information down here. If I'm correct, I'll flash correct in big letters and I'll stand here and I'll gloat a little bit. Yeah, I got it right. It's a bone nut. But anyways, the nut is cut really well. There's no pinging or tinging when I'm tuning or doing big bends with my playing. Then the strings slide through it really nicely and there's no issues. So good job, Squier. You cut a really nice nut on this guitar. Let's talk about the neck. It's a maple neck, as you can tell, with a satin finish on it. There's no gummy or sticky gloss finish on there to get hung up on. It's kind of a modern feeling finish, honestly, and I don't mind it at all. The neck has a nice kind of middle of the road modern C shape to it. It's going to feel familiar if you're a fan of Fender guitars and guitars that maybe are Fenderish but a little bit more aggressive. I think this guitar is themed to be kind of more of a modern aggressive playing guitar. The fretboard radius kind of lends to that with a 12-inch radius. It's really fast, nice and flat. I'm a big fan of 12-inch radiuses. I have them on a bunch of guitars. It's one of the reasons I love the Bullet Mustang back there, another guitar with a 12-inch radius on it. Really fast player, like I said, modern, kind of aggressive sort of feel. The fretwork on this is just fine. This is a $350 guitar, and honestly, these frets feel very similar to the fretwork on my Mexican Strat back there. No, sharp edges biting into my skin, cutting me up, getting blood everywhere. They're just fretted really well. And there's no dead spots across the fretboard, no places where it buzzes out or goes dead. Every fret rings true on every string. I'm pretty happy with this neck. It's very comfortable, very fast, really nice action on it. I got nothing else to say about it. Good job, Squier. Another good one. Now let's talk about the body. It's made out of wood of some type, I'm assuming. I don't know which kind of wood, but it has a nice, light, comfortable feel to it. This isn't a super heavy guitar. There might be variances from guitar to guitar depending on which cut of wood they got, I guess. But the one I got is nice and light and comfortable. No neck dive on it, so there's a good balance. It's not super light and where the neck would dive on me. I think the finish on it is really good spray job. No irregularities anywhere in it. There is a sparkle to it, like a metal flake. It doesn't show up very well in this light. At Winter NAMM, they had some sort of special light up that was really making that glitter pop. It looked really deep and really sparkly, and I'm just not getting that here. So my question is, where do I get one of those lights? I want one of those lights, and I'll hang it up somewhere in here and make all my metal flake guitars just jump out, because I like metal flake. I really do. Let's talk about the bridge. You got a hardtail Strat style 6-saddle bridge here. Gives you full adjustment of the intonation and action on every string. It doesn't get much better than that as far as modern bridges go. It has string through for people who like to have the strings go through the body, but it also has the holes to do top loading if you're someone who prefers a top loading bridge. I honestly think it might be fun to do a mixture of the two, like maybe do string through on the high strings and top loading on the low strings, or vice versa. Experiment a little bit. Maybe run just the G string through that top loading and make it extra weird. I don't know. Another thing about the body is it's got a nice belly cut here, which is very convenient for me because I do have a belly. It sits nice against my body. The belly cut means that the guitar is not going to rock too far forward when I'm playing it, and it gives a lot of leeway for it to tilt back when I'm, pressing my arm against it. I really like that they didn't do an arm cutaway on this. They kept the classic Telecaster look of having a flat top all the way across it. I think a big feature of this guitar is that it does have a classic look to it. It's a modern playing, more aggressive playing and sounding and feeling guitar, but it still has that classic look where I could get onto this guitar with a bunch of mods and, not lose the classic qualities of a Telecaster in its aesthetics. Normal Telecaster controls here: bridge, middle, neck pickup switch, volume, and tone. All your standard Telecaster hardware. So I believe that you could change out anything on this with available parts and mod to your heart's content if you wanted to. There is a cup style input jack. It's not too deep, so this right angle plug fits in there just fine. I don't know if that's an issue that other people have, but it's something that I wondered about. The pickups sound great in my opinion. I keep saying that it's got a modern aggressive thing going on, and the pickups kind of fit that. They're not super, super hot. Like, these aren't in the teens. I tested them today, and they test around 8K, which is, it's not over the top, but they're kind of voiced for a more aggressive modern sound. If you want to have a really twangy classic Telecaster sound, you're going to have to swap these out. But if you're getting this because you want a modern rocker, there's no reason to change them unless you have a really specific personal preference. All right, and now that we're on the pickups, let's try them out, huh? Here is the bridge pickup. Here's the middle position. And here's the neck position. Well, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really happy with this guitar. I'm really impressed with it. It's a keeper in my book. And so now I'm going to perform the ceremonial removing of the plastic covers from the pickups. And I think there's one on the pick guard as well. If there's not, I'll pull off this sticker. And this guitar, by guitar law, will officially become my permanent property. So cue up that ceremony music. Here it goes. Well, there it is. It's officially and legally my guitar by all international and domestic guitar laws. Big fan of it. Looking forward to doing a lot more work with it in the future. I'll probably do some mods to it. Like, subscribe, dislike, call me a snake. Support this channel through Patreon if you like our content. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.